Alright, in this video, I just want to look at another example of an annuity due. And if you're ever have been in the situations where your parents have told you, you've got to save your money, this kind of shows, hopefully it'll show the importance of saving earlier versus saving later. So it's always easy to put off saving money. I'm certainly guilty of it myself. But I think if you're at least in the U.S. and all of that, if you have any idea, what's going on with Social Security and all that stuff, it's a train wreck. So just important to start saving money, and here's why. So again, we're going to use our little formula here that we've seen before for an annuity due. Future value, C is going to be the amount of money we deposit, I's interest, N is going to be the number of payments, and that's it. So suppose you decide to save some money for retirement, and definitely this is not enough money in either case, just to let you know, unless you don't expect to live much after very long after the age of 65. So anyways, though, just some numbers here. So suppose you decide to invest $2,400 a year from the age of 25 to the age of 65. So you're basically putting away $200 a month, and then at the beginning of the year you take that that $2,400, throw it in the bank. So notice if you save $2,400 for 40 years, that's going to be a total investment of $96,000. And so that's one situation, one scenario. Suppose you decide to put off saving your money, and to hopefully compensate for that, you decide to save much more money. You decide to save $8,400 a year. So that means, hey, you're putting away $700 a month basically, and you save that up, and then you go take it to the bank. And you do this from the age of 45 to the age of 65. So in this case, you've invested a total of $168,000, so quite a bit more than in scenario A. So we'll assume you earn 5% per year. I think the Dow Jones stock market has been earning less over the past, especially in recent history, given all the issues with our economy. But in prior to that, back in normal times, quote unquote, whatever that means, the 5% really was not certainly anything over the top. All right, so I've got the numbers written down here. Let me get them here. So let's look here again at scenario A. So again, there's the formula to remind you. So again, what we're doing is we're going to put in $2,400. We're getting 5% interest, and we're going to do this for 40 years. So again, I've got 0.05 at the bottom, and then we'll multiply that by 1 plus 0.05, which is going to give us 1.05. And okay, so if I take 1.05 and raise it to the 40th power, and then we'll get 7.03998871. And then if I subtract 1 from that, notice I'm not doing anything else, leaving everything else alone, just simplifying this part. If you subtract 1 from that, well, we'll get 6.03998871. And then if you divide that by 0.05, we're left with 120.799774. So then I'm just multiplying 2,400 times this number times 1.05, and it says, lo and behold, you'll have over $300,000 in the bank. So, not bad. You've invested $96,000. You've got over $300,000. Again, not enough to live on for any extended length of time. So it may look like a lot of money to us now. I would love to have that, just sitting there waiting for me. But definitely, not very much money. So let's look at the second scenario. So again, same formula. Okay, now we're investing a lot more money. We're investing $8,400, but again, we're only going to do this for 20 years, so we've kind of procrastinated, but we're trying to make up lost ground. So if you simplify, again, 1.05 raised to the 20th power, we get 2.653297771, and then minus 1 divided by 0.05, again, multiplied by 1.05 and by 8,400. So if you simplify all the stuff in the brackets, if you subtract 1 and divide, we end up with the number 33.0659542. And again, now I just multiply these three numbers together, and at the end of the day, you have, oh no, $291,000 plus some in the bank, a little over $291,000. So the moral of the story is, obviously, you've got less money in the bank, right? You know, not a tremendously huge amount of money, but certainly in the first situation, you've got, what, an extra not quite $13,000 in the bank. And again, the big thing is, remember at the very beginning, we actually invested a lot less. You know, we invested, what, $72,000 less over that lifetime. So we invested $72,000 less, and we ended up with getting almost $13,000 more. So again, you know, this is kind of the important thing. They say the power of compounding, and this is exactly what happens. Everything is just snowballing and building on itself. So super, super, super important to start saving your money early. Again, this to me is kind of the nerve-wracking thing, because even saving, you know, putting away $200 a month, you know, or equivalently $2,400 a year, is not going to give you enough to live on. And you know, that's a lot of money. $200 a month is certainly a lot of money for a lot of us. So again, maybe shows, you know, to maybe forego some of those frivolous things that we often want. So anyways, I'm not going to lecture you on your spending habits, because mine are bad enough. But again, just wanted to point out to you how important it is, you know, really what does happen over a long period of time if you invest wisely versus investing poorly.